सतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय.
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतंगमय. शांति. Good evening. Are you able to follow me? Is it okay or is going over the top? Or you find it hard going? అర్థమవుతున్నాయా కొటేషన్స్? ఓకేనా? So in between I'm using little Telugu to make you feel comfortable, but I'm not supposed to use. ఇంగ్లీష్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి వచ్చారు కాబట్టి నేను అంతా ఇంగ్లీష్లోనే చెప్పాలి. కానీ ఇంత ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తే టెన్షన్ కనపడట్లేదు కొన్నిసార్లు. సో ఐఎమ్ in between using a little Telugu. Maybe that is putting some students who don't know Telugu to inconvenience, but I'm sorry for that. I'm helpless also. Right, please see page number 74. Everything that makes for unity is moral. Everything that makes for diversity is immoral. Know the one without a second. That is perfection. The one who manifests in all is the basis of the universe. All religion, all knowledge must come to this point. Any action that makes us go Godward is a good action and is our duty. Any action that makes us go downward is evil and is not our duty. So there are two statements here. Swamiji is saying what is morality and what is immorality. He's kind of giving definition of morality. Anything that helps us go towards the unity is moral. That is our duty. And anything that makes us go away from this unity is immoral and is not our duty. You see, whatever the conflicts that happen in the world, at an individual level, societal level, at a national level. Conflict at a national level means wars. They happen because of this duality, or diversity, or differentiation. What I mean by that? So you may belong to one religion, I belong to another religion. You may speak one language, I speak another language. Right? You may belong to one particular nation, I belong to another nation. They're all actually apparent diversity. They're all apparent. They're not real. But basically, we're all human beings. Yes or no? Religion వేరు కావచ్చు, భాష వేరు కావచ్చు, దేశం వేరు కావచ్చు. Okay? Your beliefs may be different, your judgments may be different. Okay. But that should not differentiate us, divide us, because basically we are all human beings. When you forget that, what happens? Conflicts happen. Wars why happen? Because I see the people living across the border as a kind of enemy to me. నా దేశ సరిహద్దుకు అవతల ఉన్నటువంటి వాడిని ఎప్పుడైతే నేను శత్రువుగా భావిస్తానో యుద్ధం జరుగుతుంది. ఆ సరిహద్దుకు అవతల ఉన్నది కూడా మనిషి అని అనుకున్నప్పుడు నేను ప్రేమతో మాట్లాడగలుగుతాను. అవును కదా? ఐఎమ్ ఏ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్. ద పర్సన్ హూ ఇస్ లివింగ్ అక్రాస్ ద బోర్డర్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్. వై డూ యూ ఫర్గెట్ దట్? యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ కామన్ ఎలిమెంట్. సో ద ఎర్త్ ఈస్ వన్ థింగ్. ద సన్ యాక్చువల్లీ డజంట్ మేక్ ఎనీ డిస్టింక్షన్ బిట్వీన్ కంట్రీ అండ్ కంట్రీ. సూర్యుడు ఏమైనా చెప్తున్నాడు నేను ఈ దేశంలో ప్రకాశిస్తానని? The wind doesn't make any distinction between country and country. The rivers that flow, they don't make any distinction from the country and country. How many rivers? They flow through multiple countries, right? So it's we human beings have divided. The Prakruti, what is God's creation, has not divided anything. So God is showering His grace upon all the human beings, for that matter upon all the creation. Okay? But we actually take these distinctions too seriously, and then conflicts are bound to happen. I just want to illustrate this Advaita, non-duality or differentiation through a small story. See, when you go to sleep every night, during deep sleep, do you see any differentiation or everything becomes one for you? రాత్రిపూట నిద్రపోయినప్పుడు నీకు భిన్నత్వం కనపడుతుందా? ఏం భిన్నత్వం లేదు, రైట్? When you go to sleep, all this differentiation, duality vanishes. You come to the unity. Behind this apparent diversity, there is unity. Okay, the relative world is based upon only differentiation and duality, but at the same time you should never forget the unity behind it. And one day Akbar asked Birbal, what is the percentage of blind people in our kingdom? Pat comes the reply, immediately replied Birbal, 99% are blind, Jahapana. Akbar asked, see, I am not asking about the percentage of people with normal vision. I am asking about the people who have lost their vision or who are blind. What is their percentage? Birbal said, 99% are blind, Jahapana. How can that be? ఈ రాజ్యంలో 99% గుడ్డి వాళ్ళు ఉంటారా? ఉండరు కదా. No, then Akbar said that you have to prove it to me by tomorrow evening. If you don't prove it, I will banish you from the country. Birbal said, okay. Next day he comes into the court of Akbar in his usual attire. Paina pagidi. He wears a turban. And then actually there is a angavastra like this, uttariya. Then there is kurta. And then there is dhoti. And in full court, he asked the courtiers there. Sabalo unnadu andarnu uddeshinchi adugutadu. So what is this? Everybody says turban. Then he shows this. What is this? Everybody says uttariya, angavastra. Then he shows his kurta. What is this? Everybody says kurta, the shirt. Then he shows his dhoti also. What is this? Everybody says is dhoti. See, Jahapana, all of them are blind. This is a piece of cloth. This is a piece of cloth. This is a piece of cloth. This is also a piece of cloth. That was the answer he expected. Idoka batta mukka, idoka batta mukka, idoka batta mukka, right? See, na battala aithe color good distinction ledu, right? At least in your cloth actually there is a variation of color. So it's one and the same. You are given different names, but those names have separated the four things. And you take it so seriously. That's why the differentiation and duality, you should not take that seriously. You should always be aware of the unity behind the differentiation and duality. ఈ భిన్నత్వం వెనుక ఉన్నటువంటి ఏకత్వాన్ని నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు సందర్శించగలిగితే, ఆ ఏకత్వం నీ దృష్టిపథంలో ఉంటే, వార్స్ అండ్ కన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ విల్ నాట్ హ్యాపెన్. దేర్ ఇస్ ఎ కన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్ ఇన్ మిడిల్ ఈస్ట్ టుడే. యు ఆల్ ఆర్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, ద పెయిన్, ద సఫరింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద మ్యాన్ కైండ్ దేర్ unimaginable. None of us have been into a war zone, I know. ఒక యుద్ధ భూమి మధ్యలో ఉండటం, యుద్ధం జరుగుతున్న దేశంలో ఉండటం అంటే మన ఎవరికి ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ లేదు. వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ టార్చర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, వాట్ ఎ హెల్ ఇట్ ఈస్. ఇట్ ఈస్ హెల్ ఆన్ ఎర్త్. The pain, the suffering of it. Every day around you, you see people dying in hundreds. You just imagine, place yourself in such a situation. It's so horrible, right? But in that particular part of the world, in particular geography, the people are taught from childhood to hate the people of other faith. On both sides. There are people of two faiths living there. From childhood, it is taught to them. So that guy is your enemy, you ought to hate him. Continuously, when this hatred is taught, war will happen one day. Wars, they don't happen overnight. Continuously, నువ్వు ద్వేషాన్ని విద్వేషాన్ని పెంచుకుంటూ పోయావు, ఒక రోజు అది వార్ లాగా ఇట్ బ్రేక్స్ అవుట్. That's why Buddha said, hatred cannot be conquered by hatred. Hatred can only be conquered by love. ద్వేషాన్ని ద్వేషంతో జయించలేము, ద్వేషాన్ని ప్రేమతో మాత్రమే జయించగలుగుతాం. This has been the message of India from time immemorial. So when we pray also we say loka sarvas loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. అవునా కదా? We don't talk about particular geography, we don't talk about one particular group of people, we don't talk about people of one particular faith or religion. When we pray for the entire creation, not just for human beings. We pray even for subhuman species, other creatures also. May all life on the world be happy. That is the prayer we say here. We don't want to make a distinction between life and life, because all life forms are expressions of the same divine. అన్ని జీవులు కూడా ఒకే భగవంతుడి యొక్క అభివ్యక్తీకరణలు కాబట్టి అందరూ సుఖంగా ఉండాలి, అంత జీవరాశి అంతా సుఖంగా ఉండాలని మనం ప్రార్థన చేస్తాం. దే డోంట్ డూ దట్ దే. They separate man from man on the basis of religion, and automatically wars and conflicts happen. So this Advaita, this message has to go from India to the rest of the world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, world is one family. We have to integrate the world into one family. India has to do that. India alone can do that. Okay? Thank you. Nice day.